Oh, hey, what's going on, everybody? TujoPanda back and actually talk about something else today, but something else is going to be about something that's other than drama for a change. So y'all remember how my computer was down for the count for a period of about 4 to 5 days, right? Yeah, in spite of my best efforts to revive the Obsidian Tower, it was completely out of commission. So I had no ability or means by which I could record a video. I could not record my thoughts, opinions, or commentary, or even provide a synopsis on various goings-ons that were taking place in the World Wide Web in which we live today. And yeah, I was aware loosely of various things that were going on. I already talked about some of them. I already talked about Chris Chan, their 6th and 7th letter. I talked about Darkside Phil. I talked about Garo Shadow Scale. But yeah, I didn't talk about Astroworld. Now, Astroworld obviously is a little bit beyond the realm of the internet. You know, that's a real-life event. It's basically a rap concert that was taking place, and our very own Travis Scott refused to stop the show in spite of the fact that 8 people had died in a surge, of people that were bomb rushing the stage. And in spite of the fact that people were visibly suffering in the audience, he refused to stop the show. And, actually expressed irritation at the fact that ambulances would dare approach, the area where the audience would be. And after the fact, they left a half-assed apology the next day, probably at the behest of their own PR team. But, yeah, those crocodile tears didn't really move me. And on top of which, there's actually lawsuits and litigation right now surrounding that whole thing. So that's probably going to be a video and a half. I didn't talk about Isabella Loretta Janke. There's an update about her. It's probably going to be brief. And, various other goings-ons that I could really sink my teeth into. But you gotta understand, there has to be enough there to substantiate a 20, 30, maybe even 45-minute video, maybe even an hour video. It really depends on how much is there for me to talk about. And I have a bad habit of just sort of rambling about whatever comes to mind. But you all don't seem to mind too much, and I appreciate that. So, today we're going to be talking about something else that didn't really escape my notice, but I didn't really touch upon it to any great length up to this point. It was just a couple days when I was really getting back into the swing of things. I had just gotten my computer back up and running. I was making YouTube videos again, basically talking about whatever, topics of interest happened to be relevant at the time or semi-relevant. And it's all in the effort to sort of catch myself up to where I feel I need to be. At least voicing an acknowledgement that, hey, this happened. I can talk about it. There's something else, though. Something that hits a little bit more close to home, if you can consider YouTube to be our home right now. As a platform, there had been a profound change that had taken place in the few days that I had gotten back. And it's been like that for about a week or two, I feel like, give or take, a couple days. But yeah, I was watching a YouTube video, and I couldn't help but notice that something was a little bit different about the presentation of that YouTube video. Now, obviously, when you scroll down past the window in which you watch the video, there's a like button, a dislike button, a subscribe button, and then there's the YouTube comments section right below. The dislike button was grayed out for whatever reason. I don't know why. I just kind of looked at that and I'm like, is my Google Chrome fucking with me right now? Or is YouTube transitioning and updating to a more sleeker visage of itself? Is there some sort of update that they didn't mention to me? No. This came as an executive decision one day from the boys over at YouTube that from this point forward, publicly displayed dislikes would no longer be a thing for future videos coming, from that point onwards. As in, you can't see how many times somebody else, or other people out there, I should say, had disliked the video. And my first reaction to that was just asking a very simple question. Why? Who asked for this? Was this something that was, demanded by the masses, the audience of YouTube? Or was this, sort of a secretive, effort by a cabal of e-celebs comprising of e-boys and e-girls that basically approached YouTube and were just excuse me, YouTube? Our popularity and relevance is currently under threat right now by the unwashed masses. Can you do us a favor? And YouTube just well, what do you want us to do about it? Could you go ahead and do something about that dislike button? Okay, thanks. Well, why would I do that? Because we're going to pay you money to do it. And YouTube in its infinite wisdom and short-sightedness and greed for money, was probably like, well, boy howdy, I like money. Go ahead and give me that shit. I'll take care of your problem for you. And from that point onwards, the Thanos gauntlet snapped, and the dislike button was removed completely, forever. At least for the foreseeable future. I have no idea if it's going to be brought back by popular demand or something like that. And it's like, I was never particularly bothered by the dislike button, you know? I actually thought it was, an important thing, like to keep everything in balance. You as the audience, you have the right to express your approval or displeasure at a particular video. And obviously, you're going to click on a video, and if you see like thousands upon thousands of dislikes versus a couple hundred likes, you're probably going to make a subconscious decision yourself and decide that that video is not worth your time. It's not going to be worth your while to watch that video. You're probably going to make like a decision that, hey, the amount of people that dislike this video, that's probably indicative on the quality, or maybe the underlying message is stupid or shitty, and I'm not going to support this. Like, that's really your right as a member of the audience. You don't have to like every video that comes out, You have the ability by which you can express your displeasure, either leaving a comment or disliking the video. By that same token, it should be acknowledged that the dislike button has been weaponized in the past, as in various groups of people have gotten together and basically targeted certain individuals, whether fairly or unfairly, and marked them for being ratioed. Just like people bomb rushing that channel, mass disliking videos, regardless of the quality or what the video is about, just because they didn't like the content creator that made the video. But at the same time, is that, should that be a factor here? Is that really sort of a consideration to make in the removal of the dislike button? I don't think so. I think it's an important tool by which the audience can use to sort of interact with, various content that hits YouTube. It shouldn't be that all you can do from that point onwards is support a video blindly. Or, you technically have a third option. You can just walk away. You can, watch the video, be like, yeah, that was a pretty good video, but it's not really worth me, liking it. Or maybe you're like, that video was kind of bad, but I don't hate it so much that I'm going to dislike it. You can just walk away. But sometimes, if it's let's just pose some examples here, shall we? A documentary that was completely pointless, stupid, didn't provide any value. Dislike. Maybe a gaming channel that pushes out content, video game playthroughs, and the commentary didn't really resonate with you. You didn't really like the commentary. It didn't make you laugh. You thought it was pointless. Dislike. That's your right as a member of the audience. The content creator doesn't have the right to point the finger at you and say, you're going to like this, you're going to watch it, and you're going to shut your fucking mouth. Doesn't work that way. You're obviously going to like what you like, regardless of what the content creator tells you, or what other people tell you. It's kind of like how your friend, poses this game. It's like, dude, this game's awesome, you gotta play this. And you give the game a shot, you thought it was stupid, but your friend loves it. It's that simple phrase, there's no accounting for taste. Right? There really is no accounting for taste. You all are going to subconsciously like something because something about it resonates with you, or you think the quality was perfect, or it at least meets your expectations and brings some value to your life. And that's why you like a video. You dislike it if it, if you think it was stupid, you think it was pointless, you thought it was very poor quality. The sky's the limit here. There could be a number of different reasons you dislike something. Or you just don't like the content creator. The content creator was known to have done sleazy, wicked, underhanded things. And you don't think that the quality content that they're pushing out is worth the consideration of others. There is some sort of an effect that so many dislikes has on a particular video. But, now the only people that are going to be able to see those dislikes are the author of the channel, the actual content creator themselves. So with all that to be said, is this a net benefit or this is a net, negative for YouTube as a platform? I'd have to say it's a net negative. It's a net negative for people like you all watching this right now. Like, you're not going to be able to see the amount of people that have basically expressed displeasure or disapproval of that video. So now videos that are really bad are only going to have maybe a couple likes because somebody felt sorry for the content creator. You're only going to be able to see the likes from this point onwards. Though there are a couple creators out there that have hidden likes to dislikes. They even went so far as to hide comments, Kira the Wolf and Garo Shadowscale come immediately to mind in that regard. But the memes, the reaction from the general community on Twitter was just perfect. There was a meme that I really liked where you saw this old fat white guy who looked kind of like Kingpin. And the caption just reads, "Bad YouTubers" before the dislikes button was removed. And they had an angry ass look on their face. They looked like something like this. They were just murderously angry, with contemptuously filled with rage at the fact that the unwashed masses would dare dislike something that they pushed out. And the caption below it shows them being happy now. And it's bad YouTubers after the dislike button was removed. They're like, yeah, boy, we're really loving this shit now. So I don't know, what value do you find in the dislike button? Because I feel like it's something that's basically expressing the thoughts and considerations of the audience out there. Harry, you have the right as a member of the audience to dislike, or comment on something, or go so far as to subscribe to the channel if you really like the content and you want to see more of it. But why are we rewarding bad content creators out there? Maybe that's an oversimplification, but I can't help but feel that the ulterior motives here by YouTube is in protecting bad content creators. They're trying to sort of incrementally wash away various components of derision that would be pulling their presentation of being influential and high quality YouTubers down. I don't know, it's how to articulate that in better words than that, but they're trying to obscure any negativity that could possibly follow a particular content creator. And it sucks. You pour so many hours, so much time and effort into making a video, only for people to dislike it. Yeah, it fucking sucks. Sometimes if you get so many, it's like a kick to the balls. But at the same time, all you can really do is try to improve your craft and be authentic about it, rather than completely hiding any controversy or criticisms that have been directed at you. And people do. I've seen various YouTubers out there, in the effort to try to make themselves look like they're better, they will completely hide comments because the comments that they would otherwise receive would be overwhelmingly negative. Other YouTubers, they hide the likes to dislikes ratio, but they must have more time than I do because they will actually prune negative comments in their own comments section or ask a friend of theirs to do it for them. As was seen with Kira the Wolf or Garo Shadowscales, whichever you prefer. Those are just two recent examples that I can think of off the top of my head. But what it comes down to is that you're trying to hide something that is felt by the audience, which is kind of shitty because at the end of the day, if you're a content creator and you submit a video and you are confident in the quality of the video, you are a mild-mannered person that has engaged in a little controversy or no controversy, preferably. You should be able to stand on your own 2 feet and your reputation should precede you. You shouldn't have to rely on little gimmicks like hiding the comments or hiding the dislikes to the likes ratio. Anytime I see, that hidden, comments hidden, if it's not pertaining to, content directed at children. If I see it as something in the skeptic or commentary community or just in general that the likes and dislikes have been hidden and the comments have been hidden, I get very suspicious about that content creator. I feel like something happened to warrant that there is an overwhelming backlash by the audience out there that does not like this particular individual because in more cases than not, they've engaged in some bad behavior that would warrant that kind of retaliation by the audience. If you're going to act like you're hot shit in a bag of chips with it, then at least, like, you know, actually put out quality content, because that's going to remove a lot of criticism. There's still going to be criticism at the end of the day, but if you take it and you show your audience that you're willing to improve and rise up to the challenge and their expectations, then it's probably going to go away in time. You know, and the few people that try to drag you down are probably just doing it because they wanted some clout themselves. Like, it hasn't escaped my notice that some people out there, they just want to shit on popular things to get attention for themselves. Now, obviously, there's different flavors of that, and it's not in all cases that is their end goal. Some people generally just do not like what the popular masses like, but it really depends on the individual, and depends on what they're going for. Anyway, I just wanted to make mention of that. Probably going to be a shorter video than usual. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments section, because I'm genuinely curious. What do you think about the removal of the publicly displayed dislikes? How does that impact your experience here on YouTube, if any? Like, is this a good direction to take YouTube, or is this a bad direction to take YouTube? I'm genuinely curious. Like, we could probably have a conversation about it sometime next time I have Dead First Meet as like a podcast. But, like, I don't know. At the end of the day, I think that YouTube really needs to reevaluate, like, what it's doing on this platform and bring back that dislike button. Because you all have the right to like, dislike, you know, something. You have the right to express yourselves as you see fit. You have the right to, you know, support something or to detract from something if you found it completely pointless, stupid, or perhaps underhanded. The only people that are winning right here are the people that engage in very underhanded, sleazy things. And they shouldn't be rewarded for bad behavior, alright? I almost see this as part of, in some isolated cases, holding people accountable. At the very least, bad YouTubers that put out bad content. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Till next time, guys, take care and peace. I hope you all have a better one.
Let's go have some fun.
Hey fellas, thanks for watching the video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Would you care to hit that like button and subscribe for more? I greatly appreciate it.